Wow. Thank you for such a warm welcome. But I'm actually just the support act. So, I mean, they haven't officially told me, but I know my place. And there's no shame in it because even Paul McCartney gets a support act. But I just tell you that so that you keep your expectations low. Lower. So I'm kind of postponing starting my actual story because I don't sound very good. I don't come out of my story very well. Because unlike the other storytellers who I'm guessing are innocent victims of dangerous situations, in my case, I exposed a number of people to danger. And it wasn't an accident. And this has been my dark secret for many years, but it is time to get it off my chest and come clean. So it started off with me trying to do a good deed. I joined a committee in my town. We were looking to get the blue flag. We're a seaside town. So looking to get the blue flag. And I'm not really much of a swimmer, but I said, if there's any admin work, I'm happy to help out. So I wasn't asked for about 6 weeks. I wasn't given any tasks. And then the main organizer was going on holidays, and she asked me, would I deputise for her for 2 weeks? And she went through all the steps. And I said everything was fine. So each week I had to put out a number of sample bottles. I put them out early on a Monday morning, and the swimmers would go out, take water, sea samples from a number of different locations on the beach, and put the bottles, return the bottles, and I would drop the bags to a lab for analysis. On the Thursday or Friday of the week, the results would be sent to me, emailed to me, and I would pop in some information on a spreadsheet. It would draw some nice graphs, and I would send this off to the blue flag people. We were 6 weeks in, we only needed 8 weeks good data, and we had the blue flag. And I said to her, what if the results aren't good? And she said, Grainne, the blue flag is in the bag. Don't worry about it. The results will be good. And sure enough, the first week everything went fine. And the second week, everything started fine. The samples were taken, sent off to the lab, and the results were emailed to me. But this time they were emailed on the Friday morning, and I was really busy on the Friday, and I didn't get around to putting the data into the spreadsheet until the Friday evening. Now, I meant to say that this story takes place more than 20 years ago, so we didn't have the world at our fingertips the way we do now. We didn't have open access to every piece of information you could possibly think of. So I did have email, and I did have a spreadsheet. We weren't completely Luddites, but we weren't quite as in tune with the information that we have now. So on the Friday night, I started putting the information into the spreadsheet. And as I put in the information in each cell in the spreadsheet, the cell turned red. And this hadn't happened before. And I looked at the data, and the data was completely different than other weeks. So these figures that were measuring E. coli and E. facilis and Christosporidia and all these Latin-sounding names, they were like 1,000 times higher than they had been in previous weeks. Now, I specifically remember being told that we had the blue flag in the bag and nothing could possibly go wrong. But I was going, oh, Jesus Christ, what do I do now? So the council was closed, the lab was closed, Google was still open. So I went on to Google, what does this mean? Oh, yeah, and then there was another page on the spreadsheet where little graphs were drawn. And for 6 weeks, the graphs had rippled along nicely, not much changed. But when I clicked onto this week's data, all of the graphs spiked up, and I scrolled up to an area of the spreadsheet I'd never seen before, past a band marked warning, into a band marked danger, and then up a little bit more, and there were my results. I was going, Jesus Christ, what do I do? So I thought, well, I've got to be a responsible person about this. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to go to the beach. So next morning, I went to the beach. I had a rucksack with me. I had packed everything one needs for a weekend on the beach without going swimming. And I said, I'm just going to have to stop people and tell them that they can't go swimming. So I went to the beach. I thought, this should be okay. It's a bit of a grey day. There won't be so many people. But when I got there was a triathlon going on. So here, poised, ready to jump in the water, is about 350 swimmers, adjusting their goggles and they're, zipping up each other's wetsuits. And I had a flashback to, that scene in Jaws, hold on, that scene in Jaws where Chief Brody is the only one who knows there's a shark in the water, and he sees what he thinks is the shark, and he's ringing a bell, and he's shouting down, waving his arm, saying, everybody get out of the water. And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to have to do that. Or there was one other option. And that was just to slink off home and come back 5 minutes later. Now, I know Jaws would not have been quite such an exciting movie if Brody had just kind of slunk off and let the shark do its business. But I just wasn't actually quite brave enough to be that person who's ostracized by their town and thought of as the town lunatic. So I slunk off home for 5 minutes, passed a little bit of time and came down and went, oh my God, look at all those people in the water, and there was nothing I could do to stop it. So yes, I did expose 350 swimmers in Triathlon Ireland to very nasty bugs and stuff. But it's all out in the open now, so that's it.